Hey y'all, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is to you. Shady here. Welcome back to the zone. And more importantly, welcome to the premiere, the debut episode of Tales of the Gun. Listen up, y'all. Subscriptions, likes, shares, comments, thumbs ups, thumbs downs, none of that's required. It is appreciated though. I thought I would kick off this one, the very first episode, was with a story that has a little personal tie for me. Um, we'll get to that after a while. But you know, every day when you get up in this country, you turn on the TV, you turn on the radio, you go on social media, and you are bombarded with horror stories of mass shootings or some lunatic with a gun committing some heinous crime. What the mainstream media doesn't tell you is that every single day in this country there are ordinary citizens just like you and me who find themselves in extraordinary circumstances where they have to defend themselves, their loved ones, or their property by using a firearm. And what I hope to do with this series is I hope to put a spotlight on those people, on the good guys with guns. I want to shed some light on them. And we all know what happens when you walk into a dark room and you click that light on. All the little cockroaches, they go hiding up under the counters and stuff. So, hopefully, we can make some of these anti Second Amendment cockroaches go hiding with some of these stories. December the 9th, 2007. It's in the early morning hours when 24-year-old Matthew John Murray arrives in the parking lot of the Youth with a Mission Training Center in Aurora, Colorado. He exits his vehicle, goes inside, and shoots four people, killing two, before he flees back to his vehicle and escapes, heading south to Colorado Springs. He arrives at the New Life Church in Colorado Springs at approximately 1 o'clock in the afternoon. He exits his vehicle and shoots and kills two young teenage girls, Stephanie Works, 18, and her younger sister, Rachel, who was 16. The girl's father was also shot and wounded in the parking lot, along with a couple of bystanders. Murray then enters the church with a cache of weapons and murderous intentions in his heart. But there's one thing that Murray hadn't counted on: Jean Hassan. Jean is part of the church's security team. She has law enforcement training. She usually attends the first worship service in the morning of the church, and then she spends the second service doing plainclothes security. She's on the pastor's personal bodyguard team. She responds to the situation in the parking lot, and then seeing Murray enter the church, she decides to pursue him. She confronts him in the main foyer of the church, where he's already killed two girls, wounded several others, and spent over 40 rounds of ammo. When he turns his weapon on Janine, she pulls her Beretta 9mm duty carry service pistol and fires several shots at him, striking him both in the femoral and carotid arteries. He falls to the floor, where he turns his gun on himself and takes his own life. Now, I said in the beginning that this tale of the gun had some personal ties for me, and indeed it does. You see, I have met Jean. She was a guest speaker at one of my women's self-defense seminars. She received huge accolades and praise from the mainstream media after the New Life Church shooting. She even received an award from the President of the United States. But for some reason, the media turned on Jean, and they attacked her, and they attacked her viciously. They even went and attacked her personal life. Now, I'm going to tell you, Jean is one of the kindest, most gentle-spirited people that I have ever met before in my life. During her speech at the self-defense seminar, Jean was more interested in sharing her faith and belief in God and her spiritual journey after the New Life shootings were over with. Actually, Jean hates being branded with the moniker of good guy with a gun or hero. She does believe in the Second Amendment. She believes in people's rights to carry and bear arms. However, she believes that with that right comes the responsibility of being trained with that weapon in its use, in its care and safety, and in every manner that you could be trained with that firearm. And that's a belief that I actually share with her. Now, Jean believes that God put her there that day, at that time, in that situation, under those circumstances, to protect people. And even though Jean doesn't like being branded as a hero, even though she doesn't like the label of good guy with a gun, her actions that day, her attitude, and her humility only prove that that's exactly what she is. The mainstream media turned on Jean. And why'd they turn on Jean? They turned on Jean because the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about these things. The mainstream media does not want there to be good guys with guns. Every day, there are people, groups, organizations, politicians, all working as hard as they can to chip away your God-given right to protect yourself, as guaranteed to you in the Constitution of the United States. And I think it's time, as responsible gun owners, that we stand up to these people. How do we stand up to them? Well, sitting behind your computer, typing on a keyboard, bitching and moaning and complaining about the situation doesn't do a damn thing. You need to push away. You need to take some kind of action. Now, what do I mean? I don't mean go out and do stupid things. I mean, if you're having a city council meeting and there's something involved that involves you, something to do with guns or anything else, you need to be there. You need to let your voice be known. Okay, same thing with state legislation. You need to be there. You need to have a group. Take 2 or 3 people with you. Stand up and let them know how you feel and what your opinion is. Call your senators. Call your congressmen. 1 or 2 people, they're going to probably blow it off. 200 people, their ears might perk up. 2,000 people call, write, email that office, and they're going to start listening. Another thing you can do, join an organization. There are some good ones out there. Now, back in the day, the NRA was a great organization to be part of, but the anti-Second Amendment people pretty much chipped away and neutered the NRA. It's still a good organization. It's still great info, still great instructors, and they do some lobbying in Congress for gun owners. Another good organization, Gun Owners of America. I'm a member of both of these organizations. Gun Owners of America, if I recall right, will actually send you emails if there's something going on in your area, in your local government or in your state government that you need to be aware of. Join these groups, okay? Contribute. Don't just join them. Contribute something to them. And thirdly, set an example, okay? Be that responsible gun owner. Be the person that people look up to. When I enter my neighborhood every day and I see the old man walking down the street, or the lady jogging by herself, or the kids playing in the yard, or hell, even the teenagers standing on the street corner being teenagers, I think to myself, God has put me in a position to protect these people if need be. See, if you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk, folks. And I think that is the heart, and that is the solution. If we don't just talk the talk, if we walk the walk, if we let our actions reflect what it's truly like to be a responsible gun owner, I think maybe some attitudes might change. And if we let our voices be known, then maybe people will start to listen. I hope you guys enjoyed this debut episode of Tales of the Gun. The next one's probably won't be this long, but we'll see. Until next time, take care and God bless.